Here we are, once again. These are crazy times, though. There's a lot going on tonight. People are doing really ridiculous things in the name of what? Being superior to other people. You see, the reason I'm here talking to you is to get you past all of the deceptions that lead people into such stupidity, such foolishness, thinking one person is better than the other just because of an accident of birth. So many people with their eyes closed and they never see the truth. The truth about themselves, the truth about the world, the truth about God, the truth about anything. You don't see the truth about any one thing, none of it is available to you. It's only the truth that sets you free, and tonight we're going to try to give you just a little bit of the truth from the things that we've learned so far through studying, through meditation, and through much contemplation, through opening ourselves to the divine. We're going to answer the questions that many posted on recorded sessions. This one is going to be, what is really the human being? We're going to relax a little bit, close our eyes a little bit and relax, and then begin just to speak the truth in love, peace, power, and contentment. What is the human being really? Some would say that the human being was just a being that came up out of the dirt. Scientific explanations tell us about this whole world that was teeming with all kinds of chemicals and all types of possibilities. And then randomly, what happened was that something appeared, one cell, out of the nothingness. Through millions and millions and millions of years, that one cell evolved into what we are now. But the truth is that it never happened that way. The truth is the complexity of certain parts of the body could never have developed that way. The sensitivity of the eye, the ear, many other parts of the body would have had to evolve at the same time for the body to survive. So, who is the human being and what is the human being? That goes back to an understanding of what is consciousness. Truth is, you see that this human being, as well as this universe, is all thought, consciousness, vibration, spoken word, an emanation of vibration shaped into that which we see and hear and know and begin to understand. For when the one began to contemplate and to look at the one's greatness, the one said, how is it that I have become so great? And then there was a spark. There was a memory. The memory of the evolution of that which is beyond all and within all and is all. And so that which is physical is a manifestation within the divine mind. And as it works itself out, it is remembering how the dust of the earth and the stars and the planets became a peaceful, loving, and caring being. And so the human being is a manifestation of the mind of this divine being. The human being is but a memory connected with the true self, the larger mind, the original mind. And so many of the Buddhists and many of the mystics say that we don't need to seek enlightenment because we already are there, because in truth we are. We just don't understand. Our brains are so small and they pick up so little information from the universe. They're somewhat like a computer that's very slow when you're trying to download a very large file or a very large movie, and you see the little circle going around over and over and over again until just a little bit is loaded in, and then after that little bit plays, the circle starts again, over and over again, because all of the truth, all of that movie cannot fit into the computer. It has to be buffered. Even so, our understanding of the universe must be buffered because our brain is constantly receiving messages from the heavens, the earth, the stars, from everything. Every bit of perception is telling us just a little bit of the truth. As we gather more and more insight and more truth, we begin to connect more and more with the divine self. But the problem is that our thoughts and ideas are sometimes so dense and thick that we don't let the truth come in. Like a cup full of water, nothing else can enter. We must pour the water out of the cup before we refill it. Even so, the human being, the human soul is so full of the workings of the world sometimes and the mindset of the world that it cannot see the truth about what the human being is. The truth about the human being is the human being is a being of love and peace and justice and most of all power. The creative power within the universe moving and existing in these small bodies coming into the earth realm in order to heal that realm, in order to make adjustments, in order to seek the truth and experience the life that millions and millions have experienced long ago and are experiencing now. Because in truth, there is no long ago for the gods, only for us, because we're trapped in the cage of Western modernity. How does this answer what the human being is? So many things have been given to us, so many thoughts and ideas, so many words, so many labels, so many things that we try to understand the world with have been given to us, but they all are inadequate. At one time, metaphor was given to each and every human being, and every human being would look at the metaphor. The metaphor was gigantic. It was like the myth, a story that had so many truths packed into it that one could not verbalize everything that was within. So one would take in that, take in the archetype, take in the understanding and hold it within their heart and soul. And they would know the truth, but wouldn't be able to express it in words or in symbols. But that type of thinking, that type of knowledge, that type of understanding has become invalid in a system that relies only on material things. So we can't explain who we are. We can't explain what we are. We can't talk about the human being and where the human being came from. We can only conjecture over and over and over again, speaking over the truth, while in truth, in our hearts, we know the answer already. The great teachers all told us who and what the human beings are. One said that we are the truth and the light and the way, the door to all wisdom and all knowledge. But many of us have been put to sleep by the ways of this world, or many of us choose to stay to sleep because it's safer. That's right. We don't have to work as hard. We have learned to take the suffering that we're receiving so much that we are willing to put up with the pain and suffering that we have now because of a great fear that it will be worse if we try to do something new, if we try to change, if we try to awaken, if we let go of the dead thoughts and ideas that exist in our head and become alive. We will be too frightening, too powerful, too. We'll share not only the joys of this world, but the pain and sorrow, but our minds, you see, will be expanded so greatly that it will not matter. And so we come, age after age, time after time, when the wheel is turning and about to begin again, teaching the truths and bringing wisdom to those who are willing to hear and able to hear, those who have come into this place during a time when the veil was thinner, when we could slip in and out at will, and who got trapped when the denser beings begin to be cast down and to draw darkness and a heavier energy around the planet, this planet, which was at first like an amusement park, became a prison. And age after age, year after year, life after life, after being trapped in this prison, many people have forgotten who they are, have forgotten the way home. So religion after religion after religion tries to remind people that they are divine beings, divine sparks, who are to return back to their original self when they leave. Many listen, but many don't. So this is a very violent turning point that each and every one of you is experiencing now. Some people go to bed in sheer fear. Some go to bed in the light, seeking the truth and love and peace and patience, knowing that when this body is laid down, that which is greater will rise. Do not make your mind and your body, your soul dense, so that it will be trapped in the machinations of the madness in this world. For I tell you that some people will skip right through the pain and the suffering, while others suffer greatly, not because of any destiny, but because of one's thoughts, because of one's perception, because of one's ability to use their creative energy and their larger knowledge to look the dragon in the eye and allow the fire that comes from that great snout of judgment to burn away illusion, to burn away fear, to burn away hatred, to burn away all of the stereotypes that you have accepted, so that you can see the truth. What determines a god from a trickster? Not what they look like, or not the name, but what they say and how they are. For those who are of the truth will hear the truth. And so it is smart, intelligent, suggested that each and every one begin to cleanse their heart, to purify their heart, and to find the truth within. because it is only in the heart that one begins to know their full humanity. It's only in the heart where people begin to find the truth and to expand that truth until there is enough room within the being to handle the joy and the sorrow and to overcome. Overcoming is why many of the souls today, the ones who are not lost, have entered back into this world. At this time, it wasn't karma. It wasn't deception. They weren't cast back in order to cleanse themselves or to go to some higher rung on an imaginary ladder. They came back to help others be free. And they came back in order to channel their experiences of both pain and sorrow and joy and delight to their lineages, their soul group that exists on higher and lower levels, so that those soul groups could become pure and passionate and maintain a loving heart instead of becoming hypocritical, hard-hearted, and having a lack of feeling for the beings that some call lower, who suffer daily. The only difference you see between that which is angelic and that which is demonic is that the angelic feels love and compassion and has been on this earth or around it enough to know how easy it is to get stuck in the mud and suffer, whereas the demonic have always refused to take this great journey in the human form and thus think themselves superior. And so we are at a time when all of us can free ourselves if we would like. But it means getting rid of all of those little comfortable cushions we put around ourselves to prove that we are better than other people. Our formal educations, wearing the latest clothing, looking down on people with different colors or different hairstyles, people with accents, people who are too tall or too short, all of those differences that have no meaning have to be put away. Because one who is awake never seeks greatness by comparing themselves to someone else. Those who are great really never have to prove their greatness. So it is your time to lift up your eyes and to behold humanity. What is the human being? Go outside. Let the wind blow in your face. Look up at the sky. Listen. And the answer will come to you as loud as the silence of a quiet summer night at the seashore. And there we have it, friends. Let us move on to the next part of this meditation service, this sangha, some may call it. Doesn't matter what you call it, really, as long as we have a chance to hear the truth, meditate, and contemplate. Today we are going to start with a chant. The words are Loka Samasta Sukhinu Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhinu Bhavantu. The rough meaning, may we create a world together where there's peace and love and the end of suffering for every being. And so we begin. Loka Samasta Sukhinu Bhavantu. 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 And so we will continue meditating, sitting, breathing into the area below the navel, allowing the stomach to expand, and then allowing the chest to expand, relaxing the throat, allowing the air to go into the sinuses and feeling them totally expand. And as we exhale from the sinuses and then from the chest. And then we squeeze the air all the way out with the belly and clench the sphincter muscles, lifting the perineum slightly. We pause, we exhale, and we release the perineum. Release the sphincter muscle as we exhale. We inhale, Slowly filling up the whole body as we relax the body, opening the lower chakra as we release the sphincter and we release the perineum. Then as we exhale, we push the air out slowly, bringing in the stomach, squeezing every bit of the air out. We tighten the sphincter muscle, squeezing out every bit of the energy as if we're sitting on a ball of energy. As we inhale, we begin to bring energy back up, releasing. And the energy slowly move up, forcefully up to the top of the head, along with the breath. And we will continue this for a few moments until we feel that it is not necessary to purposefully do this, but we will let the body continue this type of breathing on its own. And as we continue, we will do the chant in our heads. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. And when our minds begin to still and there is silence, we will stop the chant and sit in the silence. And when the mind begins to wonder and gets full of words again, we will do the chant again until there's silence. And then we will sit in the silence until the silence begins to expand. And so we are finished for tonight, but you may continue with this chant as long as you like. And we look forward to being with you some other nights or on our channel. Just subscribe and click the bell if you want to know when we put something new up. May peace and love, joy, and contentment be with you always. Namaste and blessed be.